Everyone, this is Chris Newhart here live doing the Yo Sun show at Irie Coffee Teas and Bobo's, West Jordan, Utah, and I'm here live with Christian Farrington, and he's drinking his own Crispy Visuals Bobo.
Yeah, man, no, this was unexpected. I had no idea I was going to have a drink. They matched my colors and everything. It's great. It tastes delicious.
Heck yeah, I'm glad you like it.
Oh, yeah.
Is it your first time having a Bobo?
It's been some time, yeah. Probably 3 or 4 years, but not my first Bobo.
Heck yeah, Bobos are awesome.
Yeah, I sure like it.
Heck yeah. So, thank you for taking this time to do this interview. Greatly appreciate you coming out here. Why don't you tell everyone a little bit about you? I know you're an awesome Salt Lake City photographer and videographer, but you travel and go around. Why don't you explain to everyone a little bit about what you do?
Yeah, man, so that's just about it. I'm primarily a videographer, photographer. I've been doing it full-time for the last 2 years and then professionally for 5. So it's been a fun journey, man. Like, I love it because I run into opportunities that otherwise wouldn't have normally happened. You know, like one day I could be like fitting Marky in fursuit, and then the next day in the green room with Caskey. But like on top of that, it'll encourage travel. You know what I mean? Like I'd love to go to Oregon, New York, Seattle, and just like make travel films and have that fresh perspective.
Heck yeah! Out of all the places you've been to, what's been your favorite so far?
They all hit home in a different way. Like New York was definitely that New York aesthetic, but the only place that I've traveled that I call home is Portland, Oregon.
Heck yeah! What do you love so much about it? Is it the music, the food, the people?
The people, that's a big one. The culture is awesome. Like I feel like people genuinely want to know like how you're doing, you know, when they ask. And the environment, like close to the ocean, there's a ton of water, the trees, like doesn't beat it.
Heck yeah, for real. And what were some of the people that inspired you to get into photography and videography?
I can't say like that there was an inspiration that initially got me started. I had like an interest in smartphones and the like latest camera tech, and then I also skateboarded. So you know, you've got to capture your clips, you got to get skate photos, and that was a fun way to do it. What really first initially made me like start to want to do film and photo past that is, you know, Sam Calder. I don't know, I feel like you're expecting me to come on here and say, oh, Steven Spielberg or all these Hollywood names, but it's definitely just been a lot of the YouTubers. Peter McKinnon is an awesome one. I learned a lot from that guy.
Heck yeah, for real, YouTube's the new TV.
No, I couldn't agree more.
For real. And so what's your favorite medium between photography and videography?
So what do you guys think about that?
It's a complicated question, Chris. It bounces back and forth. I can't, like 1 month I'll love video and then the next month I'll love photo. Of course I love them both, but it bounces back and forth, which is my favorite medium.
Yeah, heck yeah. So, with doing this, what are some of the places that you liked filming in Salt Lake City?
In Salt Lake City?
Yeah.
First experience that came to mind is I was up on the Echoes Theater and had like a full backstage tour. That was a really cool spot that wouldn't have happened if I wasn't working a gig there. The Clubhouse, where we shot the Caskey documentary, that one will just definitely hold like that nostalgic weight with me.
For real, shout out to the Clubhouse, appreciate y'all having us there.
Yeah, no, Jude took care of us, the owner, it was a fun time.
For real.
And then Regent Street's pretty, Capitol, all the cliche spots, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Where were you just recently, that promo pic that we used? It looked like you're out in the desert somewhere. Where was that? So
we were shooting a television show. We were in Ruidoso, Mescalera, New Mexico area, and then we bounced back and forth between that and El Paso. So what that photo that we used was taken at the White Sands. It's like endless miles. It's a national park of sand dunes that are white sand. You know? And like, it's crazy because like I feel like it was just incredible, you know what I mean? Like it was like seeing the ocean for the first time, or Oregon. It's been a long time since I've been breathtaken from a place like that, so I definitely recommend.
Heck yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What was that like being in another country?
Oh, we never went out of the country.
We were in New Mexico?
New Mexico,
not
Mexico.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, no, I still haven't left the U.S. So.
Yeah.
So.
Heck yeah. What's the country you'd like to go to? and film and shoot at? Is there anywhere you have plans for it?
Am I too basic if I say Bali?
No.
Bali would be cool. I think my #1 travel destination I'd like to go to is the Cave of Sand Dune in Vietnam. So it's this giant cave. It's the largest cave in the world. It's so tall that it has its own climate inside. So it'll have weather patterns, rain, snow, and there's cracks in the ceiling where the light shines down through that. Trees, waterfalls, all in a cave. But what's so crazy is, like, I think why I'm so drawn to that location is because it's very exclusive. So every year they do a lottery, and I think on average they only let 60 people in a year.
Oh,
so if
wow.
I could be one of the first to get video or photo content, like, that would be incredible.
Heck yeah, that's so cool. I never even thought of something like that. So interesting to find stuff out like that.
Oh yeah.
Heck yeah.
Dude, this drink's delicious. I love it. Thank you guys.
Heck yeah. Glad you like it. I always say it's art you can drink.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. I see it.
Heck yeah. Speaking of drinks, what's some of the most like interesting stuff you drink or eaten in your travels?
I'm not much of a foodie, man. Like,
really?
Honestly, like this last trip, it's Whataburger, because that's like only found in Texas.
For real.
I guess I've always been drawn to like the fast food, like regional places. So Whataburger, Jack in the Box, just because we don't have them at home.
Yeah.
I feel really dumb for not saying, oh, there's this awesome Vietnamese restaurant in downtown Portland, but like usually we don't eat too crazy, you know what I mean?
Heck yeah, oh no, I'm pretty much like that most of the time too. I like, have you ever been to Bojangles? It's down in the south, like around Florida and Texas. Oh man, I highly recommend it. Chicken and waffles is amazing.
Dude, that's like my favorite dish right there. I have to check it out.
Heck yeah. And what's in your photography and videography, what's something that's been like really outstanding to you, something that happened that you'll never forget? Because I know like you go to a shoot and you plan everything and then something different can happen or something unexpected, like my next question following up to that would be like, what's something that was crazy that happened, like the cameras shut down or not work or anything? I remember one time I was doing an interview and my camera died during the interview.
That's a real bummer.
Yeah.
I can't think of any like tragic events that went down, you know what I mean? But I think the most spectacular shoot was probably the Casky documentary, because it was like my first month with the production company MacVid. Shout out to MacVid.
For real.
They just like threw me on, and so we went and we shot with Caskies for 3 days. We went shooting, we would go and like freestyle at the Airbnb, and then have like, you know, the green room experience and like all of that. So that was like a real taste of that like crazy lifestyle that I otherwise wouldn't have been able to have if I wasn't in the arts.
For real. Got to hang out with Cash Money rapper Rockstar.
There you go. Well, and it's like, I never knew the guy beforehand, so at first he's a regular dude, and then I find out like, oh, he's got the inside scoop on MGK and music from MGK and like all these other like rappers and stuff. I'm like, you're just like up there. I didn't realize it. Like,
for real. Shout out to Kasky, and thank you for setting that up, that concert and everything, organizing it.
Yeah, I mean, it was a little outside of my control. It was the Extracts homies, the local clothing company.
Shout out to Extracts.
They produced the show, and then MacVid brought me on as a camera op and editor. So definitely didn't throw the show. I was just happy to be there.
Heck yeah. And speaking of that, we'll be coming back soon and talking about some of the projects that he's worked on. Thank you everyone for tuning in. We'll be right back. Much love and respect. Hi everyone, welcome back to the Yo Sun Show. We're here live at Irie Coffee Teas and Bobos with Christian of Crispy Visuals. Shout out to your IG.
There we go, crispy_visuals.
For real.
Oh, it's 5 minutes.
So why don't you tell us some of the projects that you've worked on and what that was like?
Yeah, man. So in the last little segment there, we touched base a little bit on the Casky documentary. That was my first ever like feature-length content ever. I've never made anything longer than like 10 minutes. So yeah, we just like picked him up from the airport or with him until he left, and we just recorded nonstop for 3 days, chopped it up, got it down to about an hour, which was incredible. Like everyone loved it, was freaking out. Like,
for real, it's so beautiful. I wish I could do something like that one day. I bet that was such an amazing experience. this.
Yeah. Oh no, seriously, man. I think you're on the right track. You're with your own mafia and your shows and all that good stuff. But yeah, no, like what was crazy with that one was like we ended up having a movie premiere. So we went back to where the concert a year later, like on the day, and we had the movie premiere. We had Cassie out again. It was just like wild to have people there, like a room full of like 250 people watching my content live on like the big screen. I was like, that was silly dumb for me. Like,
real.
And, besides that, 2020 spent my first 2 weeks in Ruidoso, New Mexico. I was working on a television production where we bring out professional boxers to the end of the mountain gods, and they're looking to record for an entire year about their training.
Wow.
So that's going to be a fun piece of content, probably my first content published on TV. That'll be sick.
For real.
TV was never the end goal for me. I'm definitely a lot more inclined with like business to business brand awareness and marketing. I think that's the direction I want to go, but if TV is how I get there, then perfect.
For real.
I saw you at another cool one at the Ronald McDonald Foundation.
Heck yeah.
What did you think about the Films for Kids event?
Oh man, that was awesome. Shout out to J.D. Allen and Inglewood Films and everyone that was involved in that. It was beautiful. I love covering a lot of charity work, I'm sure as you know, and known J.D. Allen for a while, and I know they do a lot of educational stuff with kids and teaching them with film, and so I thought that was very cool to bring kids together to have a common purpose to work towards film. And I was like, man, I wish I could have been networking when I was a kid.
Yeah, but it was like something special to go into, see these children and their faces light up when they do get the inside scoop of the film industry. Like, it was just a lot of fun. I had a great time. What was funny is we had an artist out there and he was drawing everyone for the cameras and stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so he drew me, and I ended up taking it into Photoshop and coloring it, and that's my current IG picture right now as a drawing from that event.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Fun fact, I don't know if you knew that.
Heck yeah. I love that, like VH1, the little pop-up facts from music videos. Remember when they did that?
Yeah.
That's awesome. I love your IG picture. I didn't know it was from that event.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what it's from.
Heck yeah. And shout out to Batman of Ogden and Ghost Rider of Clint that came out for the kids. I'm sure that you got some cool footage of the Batmobile.
The most exciting footage I had that day. I'm not gonna lie.
For real. That was so fun being there with you.
Yeah, it's awesome to bump into you. I love how our industries are intertwined like that. You know what I mean? We've met on several different occasions. And I love how tight knit Salt Lake City's arts community is.
For real.
I feel like I've gotten to know everyone. You know what I mean? But it's especially I guess that interlays with music too, because I was never a raver, I was never a concert goer. I've been to 2 recreational concerts, so I feel like that's where my work's really thrived right now in the Salt Lake City community is the concert stuff, so I started to develop that relationship with Dope Soul, the boys at Dope Soul.
Oh yeah, shout out to Dope Soul.
Too much fun. But yeah, I did the Electric Powwow, probably my #1 favorite piece of content that I've ever published, and I am too excited to go out this June up to Weber Memorial Park and go ahead and do another festival, man. It's crazy, I'd pay to go have that experience. And I get to do what I love in an environment that I've never been in, listening to great music and meeting people.
For real.
Right?
For real.
That's absurd.
For real, I love this because I'm from Florida, so to come out here, I left everything and everyone I knew, and I appreciate the community out here because I feel like they've embraced me and I've embraced them, and I love the culture out here. There's so many artists out here, from music to film to paint to just anything and everything. So it's been an amazing journey. When we ran into at the Caskie concert, I didn't know I was going to be in your movie.
It's awesome.
That's funny, man. I don't think a lot of people knew they were going to be in a long film like that.
For real. And that's why I love doing what we do, and that's why I tell people follow your heart, because you just never know where it'll take you. And you could, plan something and it go 10 times better than you could ever imagined. And speaking of that, what's some advice that you would give to people that are trying kind of follow in your footsteps and that want to go into film and photography and videography? What's some of the kind of tips that you've learned that could maybe help people save some time and energy or money? Or
Absolutely. I wish that I had a little booklet with a get-rich-quick scheme and like, here's how to shoot all this, man. But like, I don't even know what I owe my success to. I just kept creating, worked my way up. And so I guess my #1 piece of advice is to meet like-minded people, find mentors, learn from them. Like you asked me earlier who my biggest inspirations are, and it's honestly got to be like Seth, Zeus, Nick, like all of these people that I've worked with, and Alicia, you know what I mean? And just like, I love that like my closest friend group are those people that are helping me push forward in my career path. Totally lost train of thought on where we were going past that. So yeah, just create a network, just be a likable person, and always let people know what you do. You know what I mean? It's not the most successful, or it's not the most like talented photographers that are making money. It's the most talented marketers. If you take the best photos in the world that no one knows about it, you're not going to get booked.
Exactly.
So you very quickly become a business owner when you thought you were just an artist. You know what I'm saying? So you got to learn all of that stuff just as much as you got to learn film and photo.
For real, that's some really great advice, because that's something I haven't really thought of, because I always considered myself an artist first, but to come into the business and, like you said, make sure people see it and it gets out there, you know, it's a whole another ball game. So that's some great advice. You know, if you want to do it, you do, and love doing it. Definitely take some business and start networking. And I love networking photographers. I think photographers are just some of the coolest people, you know, and have the coolest stories.
You gotta be, man. You have to like be able to evoke that emotion from people. If you're just like, okay, turn your head, okay, snap. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta be like having a good time, putting the music on, getting down with them, and like helping connect with them on a personal level.
For real. For real. And with that, we gotta go back to another commercial break. Everyone stay tuned, we'll be back, and thank you for listening to us talk about what we love. Much love and respect. Hi everyone, welcome back to Chris Newhart's The Yo Son Show here at Irie Coffee Teas and Bobos, and we're here with Christian and Crispy Visuals, and we were talking a little bit about your Instagram is crispy_visuals.
Yeah, right here, crispy_visuals. Link in bio is going to take you to my website, which is crispyvisuals.com. Crispyvisuals.com. That'll have a lot of great, you know, it has like the best of my work. With my Instagram, I'll usually focus on my travels, my content, my day-to-day life, and the more commercial stuff that I do. Website, we take out the personal, and it's just all the most professional, like highest grade work that I've done, you know what I mean?
Heck
so,
yeah.
Great place to find out all those resources.
And they can go on there to find out more where they can book you and how they can book you, and it's better if they book you long-term versus short-term because you guys offer more with that, is that correct?
Yeah, so like, I don't know, it's like what we've seen is like if they'll come and have one video done or one photo done, they don't really stick around long enough or build those like necessary habits of having that brand awareness, having those, you know, you have to have professional content to really like, and it works long term. Like oftentimes with Facebook ads, like you'll target one without a plug, and then the second one you'll target with a, you know, just like a, hey, check this out. And then the third one, that's yourself. Because like you can go in, you know, so you do need like a variety of content, and you have to be able to build those internet relationships with those viewers in your audience. So yeah, it definitely helps people to stick with us long term. Over 75% of my clients have stayed consistent and worked with me, whether it's like, you know, like a wedding or turned into a maternity shoot, or you know, commercial, they'll do like always be making content. So
heck yeah, content is king.
Yeah, no, that's actually our motto. So like, along with Crispy Visuals, we also work with MacBit, right? So I'm like camera op editor, just kind of help them run the show over there. That's more like the commercial business to business, like professional content. So we've got a studio in North Salt Lake.
Oh wow.
We had one in Bountiful, and then we all went out of town for a month when our lease ended, and so we're getting one in North Salt Lake. So don't have it yet, but soon.
I've been to the one in Bountiful.
Dude,
it's beautiful.
It's like honestly, it was so much fun. We've had like 2 studios in the last 2 years. This last 2 months has been crazy.
That's blessed.
Yeah, but like the last 2 months has been sad to not go party at the studio. You know what I mean?
For real.
But yeah, no. So they focus on those long-term campaigns, and that's kind of where I got that business structure from. Is all of their clients that they've been working with from day one are still doing it and killing it. You know, content truly is king. That'll help them benefit at a price point, cheaper price point. We have different subscription-based services that'll come with like a variety of turnaround, a variety of workload, a variety of price point. So we're really flexible on that and able to take care of a lot of people consistently.
Heck yeah, that's what's up. And what plans do you guys have on? Or do you think you'll be there for a while, or do you think you'll be getting another studio within the next couple of years?
So,
because you guys just been getting bigger and bigger.
So we, like MacVid, before, like I've been with them since they've had 2 studios, but they've had 5 since day one. Over the last 5 years, they've been in the top of the Walker Center, you know, like all over the place. This one is the first time we're buying. So like it's complicated. We're not buying, but like one of our business partners, partial owner of MacVid, he's buying a warehouse. He does a lot of like products stuff, you know, and so he's looking for another warehouse that he can ship out of, manufacture out of. But he's going to give us half of it, and just for like the same rent that we're doing on the last one. So partial owner of MacVid owns it, so we are going to be there long term. You know what I mean?
For real.
Like our last one was 1,100 square foot and like a garage, but we fell in love with it. You know what I mean? And then this one's going to be like supposedly like closer to 5,000 square feet. So we're going to be able to build sets. We're going to be able to have like our own individual offices. It's going to be like far more professional. We're excited, man. Going up from here.
For real. Have to definitely invite me. I have to come and check it out.
We'll have to break it in. Happy by first day, man.
For real. Heck yeah. And what's your website again? One more time before we get going, so people will make sure that they didn't miss out on it.
My personal website is crispyvisuals.com, and then MacVid's website is macvid.com. MacVid. So yeah, that's about it. Instagram MacVid, Instagram crispy_visuals. Pretty easy going now. We're not gonna make it tricky for you to find our stuff.
For real. Heck yeah, well again, thank you so much for taking the time to do this interview. We greatly appreciate having you, and we've learned so much. And greatly appreciate you being on here with us with Gorilla Mafia Media Entertainment here at Irie Coffee Teas and Bobos. And please everyone follow this guy, he's awesome. He's got not just great skills, but great personality, great heart.
Thank you.
Heck
Same
yeah.
can be said about you, man. Thanks for having me out.
For real, this was fun.
Yeah, this drink's delicious too, man. I'm gonna need one for the road.
For real, we got you. And if you guys want to get crispy visuals, Bobo, you know where. You can get on Grubhub, DoorDash, all that.
That's sick.
Heck yeah.
Have one delivered right to your house.
For real, right to the studio. For real. Well, thank you so much. Much love and respect for everyone tuning in.
Subscribe, like.
For real, subscribe, like, share, follow, all that.
Y'all stupid for that.